Yeah, baby.
She's so rotten, she wants migrants picking cotton. We present to you Democratic Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, who made this shocking argument why America needs immigrants. Roll it, Alfred.
So I had to go around the country and educate people about what immigrants do for this country, or the fact that we are a country of immigrants.
Right.
The fact is, ain't none of y'all trying to go and farm right now. Okay, so I'm lying. Raise your hands.
Just when the wheels fall off.
You're not.
Jasmine Crockett stepped into the spotlight as if she owned the entire stage, her eyeliner sharp and her confidence even sharper, convinced she was about to dominate the conversation. But Greg Gutfeld and Megyn Kelly weren't there to make anything easy. They came in with zero patience and even less willingness to let weak arguments slide. Gutfeld fired back with the intensity of a sudden storm, while Megyn sliced through her talking points like she was correcting a legal script that had fallen apart. Jasmine brought attitude when the moment required precision, and the result was a clean, undeniable checkmate played out in front of a live audience.
It's just, that's what she does. She puts out this video of her acting in a certain way, and that's how she fundraises.
We actually did a bit of a deep dive on her after my old colleague from Fox News, Todd Starnes, posted something on X not long ago, Walter. He posted the following. Jasmine Crockett wants you to think she's from the hood, that she grew up on the streets. The exact opposite is true. She attended an exclusive day school where tuition is nearly $35,000 a year. She also attended Rhodes College, a private school where tuition is nearly $55,000 a year. She's cosplaying a gangsta. So we looked up her background. She was born in St. Louis. She's 43. Her dad was a Baptist pastor and a teacher. Her mother worked in a post office. She graduated from Mary Institute and St. Louis Country Day School, one of the most expensive private schools in the city. Indeed, the current tuition, $35,000 a year.
Jasmine Crockett stormed into Congress like a character pulled from a canceled TV spinoff nobody asked for, mixing courtroom drama energy with the kind of entrance you'd expect from a reality show surprise drop-in. She behaved as if C-SPAN had transformed into Bad Girls Club, Capitol Hill, complete with sudden reactions and camera-ready poses. And honestly, if flashy TikTok-style theatrics and Twitter-ready comebacks counted as legitimate credentials, she'd be speaker, majority leader, and the reigning champion of attitude all at once. But real politics doesn't reward performance, it demands substance. And that's exactly what she seemed to leave behind in her unused social media drafts.
Jasmine Crockett's got another hot take. No blacks and whites on a wedding cake. The Democrats' new chosen one, Jasmine Crockett, is in the news again for an old clip where she attacked Florida Rep. Byron Donalds for marrying a white woman. Roll it, Bertha.
The fact that you sitting around talking about life was better under Jim Crow, is this because you don't understand history? Or literally it's because you married a white woman and so you think that whitewashed you?
That's not very woke, is it?
Then Greg Gutfeld and Megyn Kelly stepped in, two media heavyweights who don't need filters, soft glow lighting, or polished edges to command a room. They weren't chasing polite political exchanges. They arrived ready to dissect every weakness in the moment, and it resembled anything but a cozy roast. Jasmine Crockett looked completely out of place, as if she had walked into Shark Tank dressed for a chaotic spin-off of RuPaul's Drag Race, Capital Chaos. This wasn't a measured conversation, it was pure collision. No buzzers, no gentle warm-ups, just arguments slamming into each other at full speed. And Jasmine entered the fray like she had shown up with a child's tricycle on a battlefield full of roaring monster trucks, overwhelmed as everything crashed around her while she struggled to stay upright.
Speaking of leftist hypocrisy and cluelessness, Jasmine Crockett is a rising star amongst the far-left progressives in this country. She's a representative from Houston, Texas, of all places, which makes no sense because she seems to be far too left for Houston, but apparently not because they elected her. It must be like, Orange County in California being like the one outlier in an otherwise uniformly covered, state, like all red with the one blue, all blue with the one red. Okay, so Jasmine Crockett got up at a Los Angeles dinner this past Saturday, and it was hosted by, this is perfect, the Human Rights Campaign.
Let's be honest, Greg Gutfeld didn't simply appear. He charged in with the confidence of someone who turned sarcasm into a precision tool and understood the Constitution well enough to spotlight every flaw in her logic. Each line he delivered struck like a quick jab wrapped in sharp humor, carrying the kind of sting that only comes from knowing your facts cold. Then Megyn Kelly followed, steady, calculated, and quietly intimidating, the type of figure who can silence an entire cafeteria by walking in with nothing more than a clipboard and a single raised eyebrow. And Jasmine, she ended up looking like the student launching mashed potatoes for laughs, suddenly realizing the whole cafeteria had cameras recording every embarrassing second in crystal clear 4K.
That was 3 years ago. The ones of her just sounding like a normal person talking. 3 years, not like that was 20 years, but then she moved to Mississippi for all that time. That was 3 years ago. She sounded like a totally normal person. It's only now she's got her accent and she's going to kick everybody's ass. It's such an affectation.
Crockett's political style runs on dramatic outrage, almost like sprinkling glitter over an empty argument and hoping the sparkle distracts everyone. It's loud, attention-grabbing, and briefly entertaining, but underneath the shine sits an empty plate served with extra attitude. Her performance lacked real policy weight or genuine solutions. It felt staged, closer to theatrical cosplay than actual governance. Somewhere between "I'm reclaiming my time" and "let me finish," she lost sight of the fact that real leadership doesn't survive on viral drama or cinematic pauses. It requires substance when the cameras stop rolling, and intense stares can't replace that.
Is she making any point there?
Like this makes me wish my mom made different father choices.
Greg didn't even need to raise his voice. With a few dry, razor-clean comments, Jasmine Crockett's entire argument crumbled faster than a bargain suit pulled from a campaign donor clearance rack. He handled her talking points like expired coupons, useless, outdated, and irrelevant in any serious debate. Whenever she tried to build a dramatic moment she clearly thought would land like a triumphant finale, Greg barely reacted. He seemed so unimpressed you could picture him solving a Sudoku puzzle mid-rant and still finishing in time to dismantle her point before she wrapped up. Then Megyn Kelly stepped forward with a presence that could straighten an entire room without a single raised tone. While Jasmine acted like she was auditioning for a political remake of Mean Girls, Megyn arrived fully prepared, with facts, timelines, documentation, and the calm precision to dismantle someone piece by piece. Watching her pick apart Jasmine's political image felt like watching an auditor committed to completing every line item, cold, exact, and almost satisfying. This wasn't a formal debate, so Megyn didn't wait for structure. She broke down Jasmine's legislative record the way a biology student dissects a frog. The unfortunate truth? There wasn't much to examine. Her resume looked like a group project gone wrong. She showed up late, added emojis to the slides, and still tried to claim she carried the entire presentation.
So this is funny. Jasmine Crockett sits on the Judiciary Committee, and about a month ago, Walter, I testified.
Yes, we saw this.
Yeah, and the hearings, the full committee hearings, are quite long. You can be there for over 4 hours. So, and they let the most junior members ask questions last. So I had to sit for quite a long time. And then at the very end, Jasmine Crockett, who I'd never heard before, suddenly started screaming at me and Michael Schellenberger. And when you're a witness in Congress, you have to pay attention to what everybody says, because you never know when you're going to be asked an actual question and allowed to, maybe even allowed to speak. But I could not understand what she was saying. She was moving from one thing to another, and she was doing all that code switching stuff with the y'alls and y'all eyeing on this and everything.
Gutfeld cut straight to the uncomfortable truth. Jasmine Crockett isn't shaping policy. She's shaping performances. Her public brand is built on carefully staged outrage, full of bold reactions, dramatic pauses, and eye-catching gestures designed to trend online rather than inform anyone. It's not about lacking potential. It's about choosing theatrics every time a camera light turns red and the chance for a viral moment appears. What she needs isn't another stage. It's a disciplined political team reminding her that Congress isn't an improv set with dramatic lighting and scripts built around catchphrases. And one moment exposed everything. Jasmine tried to deliver a dramatic line about fighting for the people, clearly expecting applause or at least a tension-filled pause. Instead, Gutfeld gave her nothing, just a smirk that highlighted how empty the statement was. Megyn didn't react either, maintaining the unshaken poise of someone who has endured broadcast storms, political battles, and more commentary than most public figures see in a lifetime. Jasmine's fans may call her bold, and sure, if raising your voice at a drive-through speaker counts as courage, she's nearly unstoppable. But loud isn't smart, and theatrics aren't leadership. While Crockett kept slipping into performance meltdowns built for reaction clips, Greg and Megyn delivered a full masterclass in political dismantling, showing exactly how to avoid humiliating yourself when you're trying to sound informed.
This woman, I've had about enough of her. She wants to be like a member of the squad. She thinks of herself like an AOC. She talks like, she's from the hood. Meanwhile, she grew up in a nice family. She didn't talk like this 3 years ago. 3 years ago, she sounded like you and I sound in this conversation. Like, I'm really excited to be going to Congress. I can't wait to get started on my new job. And now she's like, we need to smack him in the head.
We know that we work for the American people. And what we not gonna do is stand around while they pull this that they trying to pull right now.
Like, what? What do you, we have videotape. Why are you talking like that? No one believes this bullshit. And now she's graduated to acting like a thug. So congratulations, your term in the U.S. Congress is going really well.
That was a great impression.
She tossed out buzzwords like confetti at a New Year's celebration, hoping one might finally stick. But this wasn't Times Square, and Jasmine Crockett wasn't ringing in anything. She was the centerpiece of a political roast running at full heat. Her entire defense relied on eye rolls so exaggerated, it's surprising she didn't strain something on live television. While Megyn Kelly stayed calm and exact, referencing bills, voting records, and something Crockett hadn't reviewed in a long time. Reality. This wasn't a debate. It was a methodical takedown. Jasmine arrived with attitude, but Greg and Megyn countered with evidence, documentation, and context, exposing the vast gap between the version of herself she imagines and the version she actually shows the world. In her mind, she's delivering powerful speeches from mountaintops, part rebel, part heroic force. But in practice, she barely moves past social media activism, trying to dress up online threads as serious legislative work. And after watching her political persona get reduced to ashes, you'd expect her to pause, reflect, maybe read a civics guide or skim a bill. Instead, she doubled down like someone who just discovered Uno cards and assumed the reverse card could fix her career. Skip, draw 4, roll your eyes, and hope no one notices the emptiness underneath. But Greg and Megyn weren't playing games. They were delivering reality checks, and Jasmine's bounce straight into the pile marked not serious.
Do you share your boxcar with people of color?
I do.
Yeah.
My boxcar does not know race, does not know gender. It is a welcome space where only deodorant is not welcome. I like this Jasmine Crockett lady, right?
It's a great name, isn't it, for a villain?
Yeah.
And Crockett is the whitest last name you could ever have. I just want to throw that out there.
Sonny Crockett, Miami Vice.
Yes?
It's like the whole thing is like, because I've seen her, she's very well spoken, and then she gets on certain programs and lets it. So maybe this whole thing is like a Netflix documentary, like a new spin on Dr. Jekyll and Mrs. Hyde.
Here's the truth. None of this was personal. Gutfeld and Kelly weren't criticizing Jasmine's style. They were calling out the influencer-style activism that turns congressional hearings into flashy, shallow, meme-ready spectacles. It's the kind of presentation where every glare becomes a screenshot and every sentence sounds like it belongs on a list titled 29 times Jasmine Crockett tried to eyeball her way into being right. If she put even a fraction of that energy into actual policy making, she might produce something meaningful instead of proposals that read like extended social media captions. When the conversation turned to results, that rare responsibility elected officials are supposed to deliver, Gutfeld said what others avoid. Jasmine Crockett's resume looks like someone searched how to sound progressive in 3 steps and stopped reading halfway through step 1. No notable bills, no real accomplishments, just loud theatrics wrapped in self-importance and curated outrage, where success is measured by retweets from influencers holding ring lights. Meanwhile, Megyn Kelly cut through her performance with the efficiency of a chainsaw through a butter sculpture, clean, cold, and entirely destructive, showing that behind the noise, Crockett's approach leans far closer to branding than leadership, and branding is not governance. It's PR wearing the mask of public service.
But she is going to be the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
You are going to be so glad she
Keep
popped
her
up
around.
on the scene.
That's going to make up for the White House Correspondents' Dinner. We're going to get a segment a day from her.
You've seen people confuse attention with influence. That's Jasmine Crockett in one perfect snapshot. She acts like every critique is a personal attack and every question is an insult, performing instead of producing substance. I feel disrespected isn't a policy, and I feel attacked won't solve national challenges, but those lines trend, grab headlines, and keep the spotlight exactly where she wants it, on herself. Gutfeld, never one to waste words, captured it perfectly. Crockett's politics resemble heating a frozen meal and pretending it's a homemade masterpiece. Fast, noisy, and full of theatrics, but empty once you take a closer look. She assembles arguments like flat pack furniture, flashy, rushed, and bound to collapse the moment real pressure hits. Her routine never changes. Raise her voice, wave her arms, blame the atmosphere, and imagine herself as a historic freedom fighter, something like a modern figure with Wi-Fi and a camera filter. Except the real icons didn't deliver their message in selfie mode. Megyn Kelly didn't need a dramatic takedown. She simply revealed what was already fragile. Jasmine's points fell apart like a cheap poster in the rain. You cannot fight for justice using empty slogans, staged emotion, and recycled hashtags. You cannot ask for credibility while wearing confusion like an accessory. And Crockett's arguments expose just how shaky her foundation truly is.
Like, this is, if you're gonna talk about Black history, at least know it. This is, at least know it, okay? But it goes back to, that was 45 seconds of some of the, like, Kamala, you good right now. That was some of the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life. Here's the thing, this goes back to what we talked about earlier. They never have a solution. Just listen to your dumbass, you wanna talk about agriculture? Why don't you fix the lottery? Why don't you make it easier for people who wanna come into this country to work in agriculture and equitation?
Crockett's signature move is that intense glare she throws when her arguments fall apart, as if she wants the room to believe she's receiving wisdom only she can interpret, like a dramatic Magic 8 ball stuck on ask again later. But Greg Gutfeld and Megyn Kelly didn't flinch. They've seen that look countless times. It's not confidence, it's a pause disguised as strength, and the takedown didn't require a comeback. Her silence wasn't powerful, it was surrender. There's a specific kind of unraveling that happens when someone runs out of talking points mid-sentence and realizes applause isn't coming. That's exactly what unfolded, and this wasn't a one-time error. This is her entire approach. Loud, certain, and completely off target, stepping into Congress as if it's an open mic poetry night where she assumes the spotlight belongs to her by default. Meanwhile, in the real world, where voters expect results, not performances, Gutfeld and Kelly delivered the reminder she didn't know she needed. Energy isn't expertise. Crockett isn't focused on constituents. She's focused on followers. And after being dismantled by two of the sharpest commentators in politics, she had every reason to pause and rethink. But she won't. She'll likely respond with a statement filled with emojis, filmed in the back seat of a Tesla with a branded cup in hand, quoting history out of context. The scale of the takedown was almost artistic. Gutfeld, with his trademark calm, peeled back her presentation and exposed the obvious. When your entire strategy is built on performance, you're not a public servant, you're a reaction channel wearing a blazer. And Kelly didn't just dismantle her talking points, she evaluated her entire political center, delivering a critique so sharp it felt like watching someone get roasted in a language they never studied but somehow understood anyway. It was intelligence over theatrics. Crockett came prepared for a slap fight when she needed a chess strategy. And the twist, she still believes she won, like a reality show contestant finishing last but claiming they executed a brilliant strategy when the truth is simple, she didn't play the game. She got played.